Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Should you be scared to send your luxury items and clothes to the dry cleaner? Well, there's a story here that might kind of make you weary about that. Subscribe to my channel first and foremost before we get to it. Push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today and gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon, superdacob all spelled together there as well for extra perks. Thank you to my members and patrons who have already pledged. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream every Saturday and you're all welcome to join the live chats. Everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's just my opinion. Everything's alleged. Hit it, chats. How's it going, everybody? So, listen, as reported by Asia One, there has been a situation. A dry cleaner allegedly damages a very expensive Louis Vuitton item. And the item was allegedly $1,000 worth, like a shawl. But the cleaner offers, allegedly, the lady that brought in the shawl, $35 for damages. Now, we're going to get to this discussion about dry cleaners in general, but in particular dry cleaners when it comes to luxury goods. Because in this story, basically the gist of the story is the lady brought in a shawl for her client. And they've inspected everything before they brought it in. That's at least what they say in the article. And the shawl was in pristine condition. After the dry cleaner gave back the shawl, there were threads that were pulled and loose in the shawl. And but they gave back the shawl, wrapped. You know how they do when something has been dry cleaned, they pack it up for you. So apparently, when she came back and opened it in the office or wherever she was for her clients, she opened it up. She saw that there were threads pulled. Then the horror began because she said, well, she took it back to the dry cleaners and said, hey, you've damaged this shawl. The fact that the dry cleaner didn't even tell her that in the process of cleaning it, they damaged the shawl is one bad thing. But the second bad thing is that the dry cleaner allegedly alleged that the shawl showed normal wear and tear, that it was already basically damaged as it came in, or that it could have been damaged after the person whose product was washed took it away and then brought it back again. So the client countered by saying, no, we would have known if the shawl was like this damaged, if all these threads were pulled prior to bringing it to your établissement, but you've damaged it. So we want compensation. This shawl is worth $1,000. And the dry cleaner said, no, this is normal wear and tear. I can give you $35 and call it a day. The dry cleaner also allegedly tried to fix the threads by pulling them back in, but of course they could not. And you know how notorious Louis Vuitton shawls are for thread pulling. Louis Vuitton shawls can be very, 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 very delicate. Very delicate. So there's this problem, and then allegedly the same établissement also had other people complaining. Now the question is, how often does this happen really? Because I have a feeling that this happens a lot. And I feel like the situation is getting worse and worse with time. And also, not just because the dry cleaners are like really bad in some cases they're really good, but you know what I mean? You can't trust anybody nowadays. But I also feel like the product quality of a lot of the things that we're purchasing nowadays is getting worse. So like there's like certain things that are just like not that good anymore. And so like, let's say if you bought from a certain brand a silk shirt 4 years ago and you took that to a dry cleaner's, like it's a more substantial silk, but now when you buy the same silk shirt from the same brand 4 years later, that silk is not the same quality. It's kind of worse. Things are thinner. Everything is more just thinner and looser in general. So I have the feeling like that's a problem. But then I also have a feeling that a lot of people working in certain places, like there's a lot of people not working anymore. Um, and I think that the entire industry in general is lacking professional workers, people who know what they're doing. Oftentimes people get hired that really don't know what they're doing. And that's a big issue we're having right now as well. So the combination is lethal for luxury garments, for all garments really. And the lethal combination is uh, product quality product of certain things is just going down, and then the savoir faire, the know-how of these etablissements, of these shops, is just down the drain because their workers are not paid enough and they just left or quit, and the people that they're hiring now just don't really know how to do that job. So I think that combination is kind of really, really bad. But on top of that, there's always been this situation, quite frankly, with these type of establishments where you're like, where they try to tell you, well, no, you can't prove that we did this. You can't prove that we damaged your shawl. It's our word against yours. It's our word against yours. Or it's your word against ours. Like, how can you prove, you know, unless the person didn't have photos, like, okay, I'm photographing this product before I hand it over to you, and I'm photographing it with you in the picture next to the product, or with the date, a newspaper, the newspaper with the date on it, on the photo next to the, I mean, it's insane. Like, do we have to stoop to these levels now to be able to kind of have some sort of proof that, like, our garment that we brought in was not damaged when we brought it in? I don't know. I think it's insane. But also, I do believe that there's the other issue where the client might be trying to trick the dry cleaner, where the client really did damage it themselves and then they want just money. Or that the client, I don't know, maybe has a fake shawl and is damaged and then claims, well, this was $1,000. I mean, then you need to show a bill. But like, how can a dry cleaner prove that the Louis Vuitton bill that the client is bringing into the dry cleaners is actually an authentic Louis Vuitton bill? An invoice or receipt? Like, how can you protect yourself also as a dry cleaner from people coming to you every day and saying, you've damaged my luxury good? It's really, really tricky. Like, no matter how I try to see this case, I think it's, the receipts usually say they're not responsible for any damages, says Kev. Kim says, I agree with the quality not being as good as it used to be. Yeah, right? I took a musty old Duna to the dry cleaner without taking it out of the bag it had been stored in. Apparently, it had a whole lot of mold. Oh my gosh, in the folds. They cleaned it 3 times for no extra charge. Michael G says, dry cleaners ruined my wool Club Monaco trench coat. They disintegrated all the wool in it. Wow. Cyber Coco says, I'm personally scared to send mine to the dry cleaners. Styling Secret says, please check their reviews before you go. Good point. Gloria says, yeah, I would be apprehensive to take it to the cleaners. Hmm. 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 Me too, and all items can be replaced even with money, says Miss Butterfly. Shirley says, definitely be careful with dry cleaners. My girlfriend just recently had a problem with her dry cleaner ruining her dress, and they tried to blame her. She just got her money back today. Wow. She got paid $650 what she bought it for. She told them to use their insurance to pay her out. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what they got insurance for, right? My girlfriend luckily got reimbursed for her dress. She had proof that it wasn't damaged upon handing it in, luckily. And then they paid $650. So we gotta take pictures every time. Listen, it's come to this point, you guys, where I personally, not even joking, y'all, because of all the drama stories and horror stories we've heard about UPS, FedEx, the Post in general, I started taking photos at the post office before handing a parcel or a package that I'm sending off. I would put all the label, sticker, tag, whatever needs to be on the box as it's packaged, and I'm at the post office and I take a photo of the product as I'm handing it to them. Just like to be like, hey, look, um it's not damaged now, the like it's in pristine condition. I started taking photos of that. Um because you can't trust anybody nowadays. And I remember once I got a piece of Panton, Werner Panton furniture shipped to me. It got damaged in transport. They paid me nothing because they claimed that the piece of furniture was not packaged properly. So it was prone to being damaged. Disgusting. Just, whatever. Yes, Dacob, I take a photo of it on the scale at the post office. Yeah, Shirley. I do too. I mean, like, what are we going to do? I have a lot of vintage clothing and they always put a note on it when they cannot remove certain marks, says Leanne. I mean, if they cannot clean something, that's one thing. When they damage something but claim they didn't damage it, that's another thing. Kes says, I paid for dry clean once, but I am pretty sure they threw it in the regular washer dryer instead because the polo shrunk 3 sizes. No idea how to prove it to them. So I took a loss. Wow. Yeah, that's bad. Yet Above the Clouds says, hate the dry cleaners. Things smell from the chemicals. I try to use other methods to clean items. Finding a good dry cleaner is sometimes tricky. I luckily found a family-owned business where the owners are there every day. Oh, Kim, that's very rare to find nowadays. But that sounds like a good place. Best is to have a lover who is a professional dry cleaner. Oh, Philip. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Except then you're going to need a lover for every instance in life. You need a lover for the dry cleaning. You need a lover doctor. Oh my gosh, the best. Lover plastic surgeon. Lover dietitian. Lover who works in luxury retail that has access to special sales and staff sales. A lover, I don't know. Where else do you need a lover? Oh, yes. You need a lover that works in special restaurants that will always get you the table and the good pricing. Oh, yes. Lover. Oh my gosh. Airplanes. A flight attendant lover. A pilot lover. Oh my gosh. So many lovers. So little time. Frozen Luxury says dry cleaning is full of chemicals. My boss is the one with the laundry TV show with no chemicals. Oh yeah, true, Saya. Oh my gosh, yes, the dry cleaning boss. Were there any photos of this shawl? Yes, there were photos of the shawl after the instance, but the photos are copywritten. I cannot show them. Yeah. I have started washing all of my silk shirts at home. It was nerve-wracking at first, but so far so good. Yeah, I'm also with silk not so delicate, particular. Wool is a problem. Wool tends to shrink. Silk, if you're very delicate with it, hand wash it. If you have a lover accountant, you'd better not disappoint them. Well, if I have a lover accountant, they better do my taxes for me. Chiropractor husband would be my dream, says Leanne. Lover for all my mechanical needs. Oh, Trina. Oh, those mechanical needs. Honey. Honey. To do your taxes as Coco Kitty. Right? I'm telling you. You forgot the handyman, lover, plumber, electrician, etc. And the chef and the cook. The lover cook. Listen, honey. Oh my God, if you can cook for me, now that I'm on a diet, like special diet food that doesn't make me, turn unhealthy, but is still super tasty. Now that's a keeper. Just something to bear in mind, chiropractor husband to crack your back. Wink, wink. At home dryer cleaner kit is what I use for sweaters and scarves. I think Hermes scarves have a coating, so they discourage hand washing. Possibly. Possibly. Did you see 69 gave every girl a new Birkin at the bar? Saya. I'm still waiting for my Birkin. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Let's all get lovers that are also chefs. Until next time, never give up on love and subscribe.